All right, my tech car and gun fanatics, if you've been looking for a big bore, budget-friendly beast, this 40 Smith & Wesson is most definitely the option. Look no further. This boy right here is a smooth shooter. All right, this is it right here, guys. Beautiful, beautiful firearm. All right, 40 Smith & Wesson. It's a Smith & Wesson SD40 VE. Very nice 40 caliber firearm. Very well made. Of course, you know, I have pros and cons just like I do in any other option, and when you watch the video, you'll know what those are. You know I'm running the STREAMLIGht TLR 1HL, and that boy is, you know, pretty freaking bright. So I like this. I like it a lot, guys. Yeah. This is very, very nice. Smooth shooter. That's the most I can say about this thing. It's a smooth shooter, and it has a big, big bullet. Keep in mind, not only did they make a 40 caliber SD40, they also made an SD9 VE, and that's basically the 9mm option that you can get with this too. But of course, we're gonna jump into the actual review. And keep in mind, when I say budget friendly, I really mean budget friendly. This thing was around like $375, so you cannot beat it. All right, I'll give you some more detailed information in a few minutes about this firearm, okay? All right, so here we go, you all. The Smith & Wesson SD40 VE. This thing is nice. Shot it at the range, and it was super smooth. And I actually have some footage on that in the conclusionary part of the video. You guys will see that, but this is most definitely a full review. So let's see what's in the box with the contents and things like that. I'm gonna set this aside, pull the box up here for you guys. That's the box, Smith & Wesson. You know what time it is, made in the USA. Go ahead and open it up. All right, so first things first, it looks like you get a cable lock here, 15-inch cable lock, neon green color, interesting. They give you 2 magazines, all right, and as you can see, mine are loaded because I've been to the range, and you see how big those big boys are. 180 grain, crazy. Remington. These some big boys. Full metal jacket, had fun with it, but I'll show you guys the ammo in a few minutes, okay? So you get 2 of these. You also get your safety and instruction manual, okay? It has a wealth of knowledge and information in the inside. And other than that, that was about it, guys. That's about it. The only contents, you don't get a holster or anything like that. It would be nice if they would have added a holster in there. That would have been really, really nice. All right, so go ahead, close the box up. Set that aside. All right, you all. So of course, you know, this is a Striker Fire 40 caliber handgun. This is a big bang for you right here. And just to give you guys some information about the actual name description here, SD40 VE, the SD actually stands for self-defense, okay? The 40, of course, you know that means 40 caliber, and the VE stands for value enhanced. So it's pretty cool. And the reason why it's value enhanced, I mean, when you can get this for a very, very low price, cost-effective price, I think I paid like $375. And you can find these in all type of online stores. You can find them at Academy. You can find them at Bass Pro Shops. You can find them just about anywhere. So let's look at the specifications here. This gun actually weighs 22.7 ounces, okay? The barrel length is 4 inches. The overall length of the firearm is 7.2 inches for the size of the firearm. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and take off this crazy awesome STREAMLIGHT 1000 lumens, and the review is coming soon for this, guys. The TLR 1HL, this boy is a beast. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this off so I can show you some more detailed information about this firearm. All right. All right, of course, you guys know how I do my reviews. Let's start from the top and work our way to the bottom of the firearm, okay? So starting off, looking at this firearm here, your sights, okay? The front sight, let me get this right here. The front sight is a tritium night sight, meaning it's made of a metal. However, the rear sight isn't tritium, it's polymer, okay? So it's basically a polymer rear sight. And of course you have your white 2 dots in the rear, and you have your white dot right there in the front of it, okay? All right, as far as the slide, you have a stainless steel slide here, which is beautifully made, and the barrel is stainless steel, and I showed you guys that already. I'm gonna go ahead and take off the slide for you guys, just so you can see some of the mechanisms in the inside, okay? All right, so this is basically how you do it, guys. You just kind of grab it, pull it like this, and then you have your takedown lever right here, which is on this side, and it's also on the other side. So I take these 2 fingers, pull down on the takedown lever, and it's kind of difficult a little bit. Take it down, pull that trigger, and it slides just like that, okay? Take it right off. And there you have it right there. So as you can see, guys, in the inside here, your guide rod is plastic, okay? So your guide rod is plastic, and some people don't like that. They'll rather have the metal guide rods, and I'm pretty sure you can find those online and things like that, but it is plastic, and you have your spring here, okay? Also, if you guys wanna see the other mechanisms in the inside, it's pretty cool. They use the metal right here. They also use that steel metal right there, because that slide will be moving back and forth in that friction. So good thing it's not polymer. All right, so let's put this back on. And there you have it. Super easy. All right. Now, the front serrations are pretty freaking dope, guys. The front serrations, I'm gonna pull it real close for you. Look at that. All right, they're really, really deep, and I like that. Look at that. So it enables you to be able to get a really good grip. So if you like to check, you know, really quick on your firearm, see what's in the inside, what's going on, or if you rack it from the rear, you can really, really get a really good grip with that. I love it. Also, right here, it kind of gives you a safety feature where you can see the brass inside the chamber. So you have a little hole right there, and you're able to see the brass inside the chamber. At the top, you see it says Smith & Wesson. And I'm gonna show you guys right here something that I don't like, and I'm gonna go over the cons in a few minutes. But as you can see, there has been some friction, okay? So when I'm racking it, try to do this behind the camera. When I'm racking it, right there is where it's getting the friction. So that's one of the defects. And if you all are having issues with your firearm also, let me know if you have the same type of firearm, if that's giving you the same problem right there. All right, you also have a polymer frame here. I wish they would have put it in like a matte black. It would have been super dope if they would have put it in a matte black, but it has this funny little shimmer to it, but it's okay. You know, I'm not gonna kill it with that, so it's okay. Of course, you have your rail for your light, and I already told you what type of light I'm running right here, but you can run all different type of lights. You also have the rail on the side here too, which is pretty cool. Right here, you have your elongated slide stop. So of course, you can pull it back, stop your slide right there. And then, as I said before, you also have your takedown lever, and it is ambidextrous. So you see it here, and it's also on the other side of the firearm, which is really, really cool. You do have finger pads on here. They're right here, guys, but I hate to tell you, it is just no grip with those finger pads, okay? It looks like that it's a granulated texture, but it's not. It's really, really smooth and there is no grip at all. So I'm gonna pull it a little closer so you can see it, but it's really smooth. I don't like it, all right? And the same goes as far as the hand grip. Now the ergos with the hand grip is magnificent. I love the ergonomics with the hand grip. It feels really, really great in your hand. That curve right there makes it fit like a glove. However, all right, the same goes just like the finger pads here. If you look, it's that same texture and it just isn't any really good grip on it. You're gonna need a Talon grip, I think. I like Talon grips, I like them a lot. I will be doing a review on those also. You do have a pattern on the rear back portion of your hand grip, okay? And that gives you a little bit more grip, but it's just not impressive to me, okay? So like I said before, the ergo's great. As far as the texture and the grip, I would most definitely say it's not good with that. As far as your magazine release, it's pretty cool. And it's, you know, we're talking about magazine release. Let's just go ahead and look at the magazines here. So with this actual magazine, you get 14 plus 1 in the chamber, okay? 14 plus 1 in the chamber. All right, and like I said before, they give you 2 of them. And there they are right there. So let's go ahead and put it in. Magazine release, it comes right out, guys. It's like freaking butter. I mean, it comes right out. I like that. The magazine release button, back to it. All right, so when we look at the magazine release button, you have it right here, guys. However, on the other side of the firearm, it isn't there. Keep in mind, okay? This isn't reversible and it's not ambidextrous. So you only be able to get it on this side of the firearm. All right, so let's jump into this trigger because I know a lot of you waiting to hear about this. Now, of course, before I went out and purchased this firearm, I did my research. I wanted to know about the trigger because the trigger is of most important when I'm purchasing my firearms and my handguns and things like that, okay? All right, now, as far as the actual trigger, the trigger is a 8-pound trigger. All right, so some people like the long take up. I don't like the long take up with the trigger, all right? And I'm gonna go ahead and show you exactly what I'm talking about here, all right? So, let me get a little closer here for you guys. Make sure I rack it. All right, here we go. Take up. That's the wall right there. Break. All right. Now watch this. Reset. Break. Yeah. All right. So that's what you're getting on the trigger. However, I did find out when I went to the range, guys, I don't know. It was just, it didn't really bother me at the range with the trigger. Now I may throw an Apex trigger in there so I can at least get it down to about 4.5, 5 pounds possibly. But I don't know if I'm gonna do it because the trigger really did not bother me at all at the range that much. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys with the trigger pull scale here that it is 8 pounds. Like I said, it's quite challenging when you're doing this behind the camera, but I'm gonna pull it off here. Rack it. Look at that, 8 pounds. Don't believe me? Let's try again. And I'm gonna reset it. Look at that, 8 pounds. All right, and of course we always like to talk about safety because safety is very important with firearms. Keep in mind though, guys, there is no manual safety feature available on the Smith & Wesson SD40. The only visible safety feature is on the bottom half of the trigger, which requires being pressed before the striker can be engaged. So let me show you what I'm talking about. All right, so of course, safety check. There's nothing in here, you guys know that. All right, right here, you can actually see, I'm gonna get close as I can. You can actually see where there's a separation in the trigger, all right? And that way, it gives it a little bit of play when you're pulling on the lower portion of the trigger like that. So say for instance, if it was in your pocket and the only thing that was actually being pulled back was the top portion of the trigger right here. If you pull it, it will not fire, all right? It will not fire at all, because you have that little area right back here, if you can see it, that's actually stopping it from being engaged. Now, if you press down on the lower part of the trigger, pull back, boom, it's actually engaged, okay? So their triggers are a little bit different. It has a little mushy feeling to it. So I had to kind of get used to it a little bit, but like I said, when I was at the range, it really didn't bother me at all. But that's the safety that you're looking at in this firearm. Now, keep in mind too, some guys don't like this, but I have to put this out there. You can always keep a round out of your chamber, okay? So it doesn't need to be loaded, but you will need to practice so you can get faster with your draw if a situation ever happens, okay? All right, guys, so that pretty much concludes the review here of this firearm. I had a freaking blast. Of course, I have my pros and cons with this one right here. I'm not going to really go over all the pros because it's so much that I actually like about this firearm. But as far as the cons, I'm going to mention them again. So the hand grip. Like I said before, it doesn't have much grip on that, but you can fix that with a Talon grip. As far as the magazines, I didn't mention this. The magazines actually have a weird little rattle to them when they're loaded. And you can hear that. So let me know, guys, if you have your firearm and it does the same thing. I can't figure out what that little rattling thing is about, but it didn't bother me at all when I had them loaded up at the range, okay? That's something else that I didn't like about it. The metal on metal contact right here at the top of the slide area right there where you see, that's another thing that I didn't like about the firearm. And one thing that I heard people had this issue, and I also had the issue too, when I rack the slide slowly. So I don't have that issue with my Glock. All right, I don't have that issue with my Glock 9mm at all. When I rack that slide, all right, it puts one right in the chamber. However, with this one, when I rack it, if I rack it slowly, all right, and I'm not being very aggressive with it, you have rounds that get stuck in the chamber, all right? And I thought I had a defected device, but I said, well, let me go ahead and really rack the slide, you know, with some aggression here, and I did it. So when you do it just like that, you let that thing ride just like that, and I haven't had any issues. Now, as far as the type of ammo that I was running through it, I was running, as I told you before, the 180 grain 40 Smith & Wesson, okay? So that's what I had in there. I said, well, maybe, you know, it's just because the bullet was just a little bit bigger because it's 180 grain. So a lot of people online said they picked up the 165 grain Smith & Wesson 40. I haven't shot this yet, so I'll give you an update and let you know how it goes with that if I rack it slowly and it doesn't, you know, jam up in the inside right there. For self-protection, I did pick up the Federal ammo, and you get 20 in here, 180 grain hollow points, and these boys are some beasts right there. So looks like they flower really, really good. So I picked these up also. All right, so that's about it, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and show you how this thing actually holds up at the range. And like I said, I had a freaking blast. And if you're really concerned about recoil. That was one thing that I was kind of really concerned about, was the recoil. It was not that much recoil at all. All right, I could feel a little bit with it, but it wasn't much recoil at all. And now that I've purchased this has some weight to it, so this should help with the recoil control, but it's not bad at all. This, guys, I have to say, on a scale of 1 to 10, real talk, I'm gonna give this around a 7.5. So for me, it's a must buy. If you can purchase this at $375, of course, prices are subject to change. You can't beat it to be able to protect yourself, okay? All right, as far as the holster, like I said, you don't get a holster that comes with it. I purchased the holster at Academy, which is really nice. So it's an in waistband holster and out waistband holster. It can convert to either or. So those are pretty cool. If you look online, you can find those. So let's go ahead and let's jump into the at the range. All right, guys. So we about to shoot the Smith & Wesson SD40 VE. All right, and this is a 40 cal. Y'all hear that AK going off in the background? That's my guy right here. Say what's up, man. That 40 hit. That 40 hit nice.
This is my first time.
I just bought the Smith & Wesson 40. That boy hit nice, huh?
It's my first time.
First time shooting?
Yeah.
Oh, you bought it.
I'm trying to go back. It's like a tattoo. I gotta
You
get
bought it. Guys, he about to get a shot in right here. Go ahead. It's ready. It's already loaded.
Appreciate it.
Yep, just hold him out. He already loaded. Let him rip. Tell him who you are on camera, bro.
Oh man, I'm Jalen Taylor. I'm JT from Albany, Georgia.
First time shooting a 40 cal.
First time, but yeah, I also watch the detail cars. So if y'all ever need detailing service, Elite Auto Services on Instagram.
That's what's up.
Check me out.
No, look. Let me show you something. When you shoot, let me show you something. Look, the best placement. Take your thumb here, and like that.
Okay.
That's why they got this finger groove, because your thumb. So like this,
okay.
And like that. Try that. That's how you really. And then you take your thumb. Yep. That's how you supposed to shoot.
Okay.
Just like that.
Sure.
And get a good grip on it. You see how it feel?
Yeah,
you're gonna have to get used to it, but you'll get it.
That's a whole lot tighter.
That 40 hit.
This young man just shot his first shot.
Woo! At 40. I showed him how to hold his hands, because his hand placement is different.
Yes, sir.
Stay focused on it. There you go. That one almost hit red. You see how it feels different with the hands?
Yeah, it's a lot better. I like that.
Okay. That 40 ain't no joke. Woo!
That's a
There you
blast.
go, my boy.
That's a blast.
There you go.
Appreciate it.
There you go. Yep. All right, and as you can see, the Smith & Wesson SD40 VE value enhance is most definitely an option you want to add to the collection, okay? So tell me what you think. What type of 40 caliber do you have? Do you have the actual Smith & Wesson 40? Or do you have the Smith & Wesson, the one that's the 9mm option, okay? Let me know in the comments below. Please like, comment, subscribe. Smash that notification bell so when I roll out the latest videos, you will be able to receive them. And remember, I'm not this